Hey, everyone. It is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. How are y'all doing tonight on this Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras 2022? How are y'all doing? Is my sound good? Sorry for being late, but I had to make sure that my background was right for the occasion, that I had my beads, okay? And then my lip gloss was popping. My lip gloss was cool. So, how are y'all doing tonight? Please come on in the room. How are y'all feeling? Come on in the room. Grab your favorite book. I'm sorry, not book. Not your favorite drink, your favorite snack, maybe some pen and paper so that you can get down this great information. Also, want to shout out happy primary election day. Texas and several other states today was primary election day as well. Also, later on, happy State of the Union address day because President Biden will be giving his State of the Union address tonight, and then the Republicans will give their reaction. So I'll be catching the highlights of that later on. So, how are y'all doing? Please like, share, and subscribe. How are y'all doing? My dog is again trying to get my attention. You want to be a part of the show? Yeah. I should have got him a little hat for Mardi Gras, maybe. How are y'all doing? Hey, Christine Parks, number one mod. Hey, Sparkle, how are you doing? Please like, share, subscribe. Please grab a friend. Share on Instagram, share on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever social media you may have. Text somebody. Bring them on over. Have a visit. How are y'all doing? Hey, Sharon Bell. How are you doing? Oh, it is his name. Christine, can you put Marcellus's email in the chat, please? How you doing, Sharon Bell? How are you doing? So glad you all can be here today. So let's go ahead and get started. And just wanting to go over first the historical and religious significance of Mardi Gras. And actually, what does the word Mardi Gras actually means? Okay. So, okay. So for some people in the world, like myself, who are Catholic, we have certain holy days or holy seasons. Okay. And so one of those seasons that we have is the period between what we call the Epiphany, when basically, or some you call it, Three Kings, when the Three Kings bring the gifts to the baby Jesus. And I think also when, yeah, I want to get that right. So it's basically, I want to say, was it like January 6th? And between Ash Wednesday, okay, it's called Carnival season. Okay, it's called Carnival season. All right. So, and during this season, it's kind of like where it's all about being in indulgence, celebration, drinking, eating, parades, partying. And then Fat Tuesday, okay, today, which is called Mardi Gras, which is actually a French word meaning Fat Tuesday, is the Tuesday in the last day of the Carnival season. Okay, hey, Miss MW50, it's Mardi Gras, and it's kind of like the last hurrah before Ash Wednesday, because Ash Wednesday will start the Lenten season, where basically all the things that you have been indulging in from between January 6th and Fat Tuesday, you no longer are having. Okay. And actually, the word Carnival, I was looking this up, comes from a Latin word, which means, make sure I get this correct, so I can tell you the correct meaning. Carnival is the Italian name, that's what they call it, for the period between Epiphany and Lent. And Carnival comes from the Latin word carni lavare, which means goodbye meat or meat be gone. Okay, so during this time period is all the meat you can eat, and then Wednesday is when you're fasting on that day, abstaining from meat, and then on every Friday during Lent you do the same thing. Okay, so a lot of Catholic countries, okay, are participating and doing those things. Hey, Hood Therapy, so glad you can make it, Miss NW50. So during that time period, this is what is happening. So there actually is a religious significance for these things. However, what just like with certain other holy days, which actually we call holidays now, they have become much more secularized. For example, Halloween actually means the All Saints Eve. Okay, Ween means Eve, and Hallow means holy. Okay, so actually Halloween is the day before All Saints Day. Okay, but it has evolved into something more. Same thing with Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is actually the feast of Saint Valentine. Okay, he was a priest who married, sweethearts or fiance and future husband and wife during the time of the Crusades, where basically the emperor or the king said, I'm not sending any married men out to fight, single men only. But there was these single men who were in love and had wanted to get married and couldn't, and so he married them in secret. And then when he was found out, he was executed. So he literally was executed for doing his job, which is one of the sacraments of the Catholic Church, is marriage. Okay, so it's really a big deal. So, but now we are in the Carnival season between Epiphany, the three kings who give the gifts to the baby Jesus, and the period before Lent. So today is like the last hurrah, Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday. Okay, so a lot of Catholic countries have what's called Carnival, because it's like a totally 2 to 3 week, well, probably more than that, season. Okay, so countries like Brazil has like one of the biggest celebrations in the world, and I've read and heard is like the best. Okay, Venice, Italy has Carnival and Mardi Gras. We all know about New Orleans having Mardi Gras, and actually their students, because it was founded by French explorers from France, and they have such a big French tradition. The students actually get off a whole week, like, of Mardi Gras week. So, like, literally, I want to say last week to today, they're off. They're off from school. Okay, that's how big and it's ingrained in the culture. So, hey, Brandon, me too. I went there for a concert to see Prince back in 2013 with a friend for Essence Festival. It was really good. It was really, really good. So, from Mardi Gras, from New Orleans, my first Mardi Gras. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, Sharon Bell. Okay. So, on this day, so let's move it a little bit to how it's celebrated here in the United States. Now, the first Mardi Gras parade, I actually read was different accounts. Some have said the first actual organized Mardi Gras was Mobile, Alabama. and another said it was New Orleans in 1827. Okay, but the actual first Mardi Gras celebration, not necessarily organized, like a whole group of people, floats, throwing beads, the whole 9 yards. Just a regular celebration was by a group of explorers who came in 1699 to New Orleans. And so when they got there and they arrived, they were like, and it was around that time period, he was like, oh, let's celebrate. And so that's, how it started. Okay. Galveston, Texas has a really big celebration as well. Okay. Also, Lake Charles, Louisiana, who, by the way, let me put this in the chat, has an actual Mardi Gras museum that you can visit. And I actually shopped around some students a few years ago, and we took them to the Mardi Gras Museum in Lake Charles. And it's actually a very small museum. It is inside one of their older schools. Right now, it is closed because of COVID, but if you ever get a chance and it's open back up, please go and visit. My students, even though it was very small, and we went in shifts, they really enjoyed themselves. They got to they couldn't touch everything, but they got to see everything. And then there was one exhibit where they actually were allowed to take pictures with it. So it looked like they were at Mardi Gras. So they had a really good time. Okay. So that is right there, that's a link to the Mardi Gras Museum in Lake Charles. And I want to believe they told me that at one time, a lot of the materials for the Mardi Gras parade were actually made in Lake Charles. So even though a lot of people were like, oh, they're going to, the New Orleans to celebrate, it was all the things for the parade they were getting from Lake Charles. Okay. So, and by the way, Lake Charles is 3 hours from New Orleans and 3 hours from Houston. Okay. So if you're ever trying to hey, maybe I can go drive down there or whatever. I don't know. Or if you're driving through there, if you go, what is it? If you go I-10 West, no, I-10 East. Okay. I know some people drive from one coast to the other. I know I-10 goes from Florida all the way to LA, right? So if you ever take that trip, either you're going to LA or you're going back to Florida, stop by the Mardi Gras Museum in Lake Charles. It's a nice visit. Go and then go buy Checkers when you're done. So I think Checkers tastes better in New Orleans. I'm sorry, in Louisiana. The one here in Houston's okay, but I'm just saying. So that is a really great museum. Okay. So yes, thank you. I-10 West goes to California, but if you're going I-10 East, you're going to Florida. Yeah. So I was really interested in finding out that there was actually significance to the colors. Okay. And initially, I have to admit this. I know right now with what's going on in the Ukraine and Russia, we're not liking Russia for a very good reason. Shout out to the Russian protesters out there getting arrested, showing their, freedom to assemble, their protest, freedom of speech rights. They're against the Russian invasion of Ukraine, praying for the people of Ukraine. Yes, Daryl, that's correct. It started in Mobile, Alabama. But there's also one that's saying that the first celebration may have been by explorers in New Orleans. Hey, Simply Tasha, one just came from 4 years back to Houston. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Miss NW50. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, So I'm going to go over a couple of things historically about, I guess you could say, the organization or the official organization of Mardi Gras. Because remember, the first one was kind of like, hey, we arrived, we're here. It's the season and we're just going to do, we're just going to celebrate. Around about 1827 in New Orleans, the city actually thought about, I guess you could say they were just doing too much indulgence between Epiphany, Three Kings, and Ash Wednesday, that the city was like, you know what, we want to get rid of this. Okay. In actuality, when there was a period where when Louisiana became under the ownership of the Spanish for a few years, the Spanish actually outlawed Mardi Gras. It wasn't until when the United States purchased Louisiana from France, who got it back from Spain. It's a long story. That Mardi Gras was starting to be celebrated in Louisiana again. So about 1827, the town is like, we're tired. Y'all just doing too much with Mardi Gras. It's getting out of hand. So the city was like, we're not going to do all this stuff for Mardi Gras. So these group of people got together. They created an organization, but they called it a crew, Krewe, just spelled like crew. And they became known as the Rex Crew, or the Crew of Rex. And these organizers basically got together. They made a float. They got a trade route. They got all the decorations, the food, everything that went along with it. And they had their own Mardi Gras that was separate from what the city was doing. And so after a while, it became part of a tradition. And by the way, the Rex Crew were the ones who actually came up with the colors. And they came up with the colors because of a visiting monarch from Europe. And like I said, I know that we're very much upset with Russia right now, but it was actually a Russian monarch who was visiting New Orleans that was invited to Mardi Gras, and he was pronounced the king of Mardi Gras. Okay, I haven't got to the Zulus yet. I'm gonna get there, Sharon Bell. All right, I'm gonna get there. Hey, Betty Yellick, Vesper Martini. Hey, Tristan McGregor, can we stay on topic? Okay, thanks. All right, so glad you can make it. So, I just want to show you guys. This is an example of, bless you, boy. I was trying to show you. Okay, sorry. Let me show you an example of a crew. Now, the crew of Rex is the oldest one. That started like the big organization, I guess say formalization of Mardi Gras. All right. And you can see this is a parade. And I believe this one might actually be the crew of Rex. But actually there are like, I saw one where they were saying that there were over 70 crews in New Orleans. But there actually might be more than 100 or almost 100. Okay. And so at this crew, and I'll show you, this is one of the main floats of the crew of Rex. And as you can see, here they have the king. Okay. And someone is kind of, the first earlier ones, there was like a vote or an appointment of a king. Okay. Indians is the black crew. Yes. Okay. All right. Or the Black Indians or the Black crew. Okay. So this was like the first crew. Okay. And they were the ones that invited this Russian monarch and made him the king of the crew. And then after every year after that, they just kind of like elected or selected another uh person to be a member of the crew. Yes, this is from because remember Louisiana is a French. Thank you. Remember Louisiana was a French colony, became briefly a Spanish colony, went back to being a French colony, then got bought by the United States. Okay, and so this is. I want to show you the King of Rex or the King of Carnival. They actually have their own official page. Okay. Called the Rex organization. Okay. All right. And so on here, you can see right here, it says, and these are just some previous pictures. All right. Commemorating the Rex organization 150th anniversary. Rex historian Dr. Stephen Hale's book, Rex 150 Years of the School of Design, provides a decade by decade account of a century and a half of colorful Rex history. The 2020 Rex Proclamation art print by Royal lithographer Matthew Hales is also available for sale to the public. Okay, so this year, the royalty are James J. Rice III and Eleanor Patot White. Okay. And they also have a scholarship, like some scholarship grants, and they have 1.5 million commitments to support New Orleans education. As you know, or maybe you don't know, New Orleans no longer has a New Orleans public schools. Their schools are actually kind of like decentralized, and most of their schools are actually charter schools. Okay. Um, Says Rex and his queen preside over the Rex Ball, the Carnival's glittering conclusion. It started in, oh, I'm sorry, I said 1827. I meant 1872. Sorry, twisting my words, my numbers around. Rex's proclamation invited subs to the grand celebration of Carnival. His royal colors are purple, green, and gold. To this day, the colors of Mardi Gras and the song played in the first Rex parade, If I Ever Cease to Love, has become Carnival's anthem. Now, the reason why they picked those colors, let me see where it says this at. Okay. And this is also related to the beads as well. Okay, so the King of Crew, the crew of Rex was formed in 1872, and so the Grand Duke Alexis Romanov Alexandrovich, who was basically brother to the heir of the Russian throne, accepted their invitation to come to the Mardi Gras in New Orleans. And so they looked at his coat of arms. And so remember, a lot of the royalty, especially in Europe, would have a coat of arms that would like symbolize their family's heritage. Okay. And so they looked at his coat of arms, and they also decided to use those colors, purple, green, and gold, because they felt, hey, what colors do people not have flags? What other colors do you normally see in flags? And at the time, it's, white, red and white, red, white, and blue. So they were like, well, if we were to make flags, and we were to make something with our, the Mardi Gras colors, how can we make it stand out so it's not like amongst a whole bunch of flags of the same of the same color. So they're like, okay, we'll do purple, green, and gold. Okay. So when the king of the carnival that year, which was the Duke, they had everyone drape purple, green, and gold from their balconies. Then about 20 years later, okay, on the 20th anniversary of the Rex Mardi Gras, they came up with what each of those colors represented. Okay, so purple represents justice. It also represents royalty, king, king, queen. That's what royals wears, purple. So that stands for justice. Okay, then their hold on, should I get this right? Their green, because it was originally Mardi Gras has a religious significance. It stands for faith. It stands for also the church, religion. Okay. And then gold basically stands for wealth. Okay. And it also could stand for power. In actuality, the beads were actually thrown out. And in the beginning, they were glass, but now they're plastic. But initially, those beads were thrown to people in the crowd because whoever caught them would be lucky for the rest of the year. Okay. Yes. And thank you. Hey, Daryl, thank you so much. And you and Betty and someone else just reminded me about the king cakes. Okay. Correct. I have a lot of people at my cousin's mother-in-law's church. Um, a lot of the people there are from Louisiana, and like one time I went to the service, and the one of the deacons got up there. It was his turn to preach, and he actually greeted everybody in French Creole. And the majority of people around me responded to him in French Creole, and I didn't know what was going on. Someone had to tell me what they said. In actuality, and I found out later on when I talked to him that yes, he speaks French Creole, but he also speaks French. And when he used to live in Louisiana, he was a French teacher. And I do believe French, I think, may still be one of like the official languages. Maybe I got to double check on of Louisiana, like English and French. Oh my goodness, checking them beads. See, this is the thing about the beads, and I'm about the cake too, was that it's not. Uh, let me see where it is. I just had it. Oh, I saw this. It says every year since the crew of Rex, a prominent person has chosen to be the Rex, the king, and the king of the carnival is given the symbolic key to the city by the mayor. Okay. Okay, so about the bees, it said the idea was to toss the bees to those in the crowd who exhibited these traits. So if purple is for justice, green is for faith, and gold is for power, and you were doing something, I guess, to get their attention, you would get these bees and they would be lucky for you for the rest of the year. Now, I still may need to do a little bit more research and try to figure out where the whole idea of, women flashing themselves, and I say all of them were flashing themselves and getting these beads. Okay, so yeah. So, and this is the idea of what the king cake, because like I said, when I visited my my cousin's mother-in-law's church, and they had they actually had their own little Mardi Gras event. They had a king cake, and it was made like there's actually people who, I guess, bakeries who make a king cake, and basically think of a king cake as a big. Okay, have you ever had those little cheese danishes at the store, or like, and sometimes they're square? Think of a king cake like that, right? And then what some of them will do back in the day, they don't really do it now because of lawsuits. Because remember, it starts at Epiphany, which is when Jesus is presented the gifts from the three kings. So they would put a little baby that represented Jesus inside of the cake, right? And then let's say, you start cutting the cake, and whoever had that baby, it was like you were the luckiest person. You were going to be lucky for the rest of the year. Okay? Yeah. So, but yeah, king cake. That's when I've had king cake. And then I think somebody forgot to put I think remember when something happened some year I went, and I think someone forgot to put the baby in there. And I think somebody was a little upset. So yeah. So if you ever have king cake and you get the baby, please don't freak out. Okay. It's lucky. All right. So, all right. All right. I was trying to find a picture of the king cake so y'all can see what it looks like. Now there are places, I think some of them said the ones that come from New Orleans. I think you could actually buy them, I think, or order them. Okay, look at this. HEB got one. Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe next year I'll get one. Okay. So I'll let y'all see what it looks like. Cause it's like basically got big old cheese Janus pastry, and you cut it. And then inside, okay. Usually it's square. And it's icing on top. And then they have purple, gold, and green sprinkles. Okay. There's a company that makes the cake ship around the world. They include a bag of beads for whoever has the baby in their slice of cake. Oh, okay. And then I noticed also they said before they used to what do you call it? They used to like put like the people who made the king cakes, they would put the baby in the cake and then like give it to you. They said now they don't do that because of lawsuits, but they just include the baby on the side. So whoever is the person that ordered it, you got to put the baby in there yourself. So it's like they're giving you responsibility for it. So there's a company. Do you know what their names are, Vesper? Hey, Miss Frolo speaks. Tristan, it's called Carnival. You missed the first point. You missed the first point. I'm going to recap. This is a good point to me to recap. Christine, my friend, when she came barely out of peace. Now, before y'all getting ideas, I bought this from, what did I buy this from? I think I was at the beauty supply store, and they had a little section where they had like little earrings and stuff and a little necklace set, and it was and one of the little packages. So yeah. Okay, so the period between Epiphany, which is three kings, And Ash Wednesday is called Carnival season. It's like the period of indulgence before Ash Wednesday and a Lenten season. In Lenten season, you're like giving up things, you're trying to be more holy, getting you ready for Easter. Okay, and Mardi Gras, which means Fat Tuesday, is kind of like the last hurrah before Ash Wednesday. So in Brazil and Venice, it's called Carnival. You know, but the Tuesday before Wednesday is just called Mardi Gras. Okay. Galveston, Texas has a Mardi Gras parade. New Orleans, Lake Charles, uh, Brazil, Venice, Italy, a big Catholic country. Oh, you don't know the name of the place? Well, this is just one I just found. I'm not endorsing these people. These are just ones where I saw that they have the king cake on sale for $49. I'm gonna see. They said on Instacart they got some at HEB, but HEB probably sold out. Oh, Walmart has one. Look at the commercialization. I'm gonna stop sure. I'm gonna show y'all this. Like I said, these were originally, a lot of holidays were originally religious holidays, but over time they've become much more mainstream and commercialized. Okay, look at this. I put in King Cake search. Okay, Gambino's, Maurice French, OH Danish Bakery. And look, Walmart got one for $9.98. I should have went by there today. They probably all gone. Then I just saw something that HEB had one. Large cinnamon king cake. Okay. And see, it's purple gold. Oh, they put beads over the cake. Are them real beads, or is it like they made it candy or something? Oh, they put they put the beads inside. Right there. King Cake Hub. The best king cakes you ever had and never had. Okay. I'm going to call some friends and relatives who are from New Orleans, Louisiana. Like, oh, see, here the baby. Y'all see the baby? The baby. Baby Jesus. Oh, let me look at it. Because that's the one thing I couldn't find was like the significance of why there's a cake. It says filled with cinnamon, sugar, pecans, and maybe even a plastic baby Jesus. Okay, let's look at this one. So, what is a king cake? The king cake comes from the biblical story of the three kings who bring gifts to the baby Jesus. A blend of coffee cake. Okay. A blend of coffee cake and cinnamon roll. King cake is usually iced in yellow, green, and purple, the colors of Mardi Gras. It's frequently packed with fruit fillings and decadent cream cheeses. Hidden within these season sweet also lies a special surprise: a plastic king cake baby to continue the fun. Okay. Okay. Hidden in its interior or under a slide is a plastic baby. Whoever finds it must either bring the next cake or throw a party. Oh, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I thought it was look. Thus sparking an unending round of food and fun. Whether at the workplace, school, or home, king cake is a gift that keeps on giving throughout the Mardi Gras season. King cake is indeed a heavenly treat for New Orleans when it appears in supermarkets and bakeries between early January and Ash Wednesday. Some bakeries across the city begin selling as early as December, but always at the start of Carnival, January 6th. While we hold firm to our belief that king cakes tastes best in New Orleans. Don't fret if you aren't here during that special time of year. Several bakeries offer fast delivery anywhere in the United States. Okay. All right. I was wrong, y'all. It's not luck if you get the baby. You gotta throw. If you get the baby out of the cake, you gotta throw the next party. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, Philly is variety. The interesting, y'all. You don't gotta eat baby Jesus. But Kristen, you so silly. Also, it does symbolize luck for whoever finds it. Because according to that website, they said you get to start the next party. He's talking about I'm not eating baby Jesus. Well, don't you have communion? Don't you drink the body and blood of Christ? Mm. Yes, it says on that website. It said Walmart does sell them. I don't want baby Jesus, but you do love him, right? You do want him, but you just don't want to get him in, throw it at the party. Okay. Yes, that's why they said the cakes now don't come with the baby Jesus inside. It comes separately, and the host has to be the one that puts it in the cake. Yeah. So, yeah. So, all right. Okay. So I went over bead throwing, the cruise, the history, the religious significance, the beads, the cake. Okay. So I was trying to get, what is this called? There's something called, okay, that they have during Mardi Gras. It's called a flambeau. Yes, I guess so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. One of the last thing I wanted to show you before we get into the Zulu crew and its history. Okay. There's something that some of the floats will have, and also on the parade routes, it's called a flambeau. Okay. Okay. It says flambeau, or is it flambeau? Or flame means flaming torch. Comes from the French word flambe, which means flame. The official Mardi Gras debuted with the Mystic Crew of Comas on Fat Tuesday in 1857. In the beginning, the flambeaux were needed for revelers to see the carnival parades at night. Originally, the flambeaux carried wooden rudimentary torches, which were staves wrapped in lit pine tar rags. That evolved to oil burning lanterns mounted on metal trays and long poles to prevent the flames from burning the carriers. Flambeau was a tradition that rose out of necessity, but also illustrated elements of emerging American culture and social classes, as the flambeaux were originally carried by slaves and free men of color, namely Creoles. The torches turned into a spectacle as the men waved and twirled the torches while dancing down the streets. Parade watchers would throw tips to the torch carriers, often 25-cent or 50 cents coins, more in response to the elaborate performances than the light itself. Okay. All right. So let's look at this one. Uh, Let me see. Let me press this one. Y'all let me know if you can hear it. You should be. Oh wow. Ooh. Okay, I gotta replay that one. Fair use, fair use. Wait, I wonder, do they got to have a some type of permit for this fire? Thank you very much. Wait. Huh. I'm gonna say that one more time. Thank you very much. Wait. Interesting. I'm not Christine, seriously? Christine. Christine. No, that's not the KKK. Someone's at the KKK. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can find another. Christine says, is that the KKK? Lord have mercy. Fix it. Okay, so let's see if I can find another flambeau. Okay. All right. So all right. I found a video. Best Martini, don't encourage Christine. Don't join her in this. Sorry, it's the KKK. You too, Tristan. You too. Okay, y'all. Fair use disclaimer. Fair use, fair use. Okay. Make this bigger. And I'm gonna make it bigger so y'all can see it.
Fire illuminates the night. First one, then many torches light, bringing a parade into view as masked crew members ride their floats. Another group, just as old and just as
like
walks alongside, bringing light to the carnival night. For more than a century, flambeaus, mostly African American, have walked in New Orleans' largest and oldest parades.
We're gonna go home, we're gonna come out here, we're gonna make this money, enjoy ourselves, and have fun. I've been doing this for 17 and a half, almost 18 years. Yeah, generations of my family, mother and father, and uncles. Been for a long time.
Often overlooked by visitors, these essential members have created a parading culture all their own. In return for tips, they walk, dance, and light the parades.
Flambeau, that's the world's greatest thing in New Orleans. It's an honor to carry a flag. Because guess what? That's just like carrying a flag in the Olympics.
Once a necessity, flambeau culture is now an art form all its own. So, when you next attend a Mardi Gras parade, make sure you bring a few dollars and join the tradition of tipping the keepers of the light. Tonight's show is made possible.
All right. Very interesting. I might have to look up some more. But like in the article I read, it said that they started out They were either free men of color or they were slaves. They were carrying the torches for the parades at night, and then over time they evolved. Because as you can see in the video, I didn't see. Did y'all see any white flambeau holders? I didn't see any. And then one guy said he's been doing it for 18 years. His mother and father were involved in it. Wow, just can't believe it. Okay. So we talked about beads, well, history, first crew, beads, king cake, the flambeau, and this last one I wanted to talk about. You can say I'm saving the best for last. Just like there was people throwing beads, there are also people who are throwing coconuts. And I was like, coconuts? And not any type of coconut. They're called Zulu coconuts. Okay? It says one of the oldest traditionally African American crews, Zulu held its first parade in 1909. Okay, remember this is also the time, especially after 1877, time of segregation. Louisiana, like much of the South, had Jim Crow laws. So just like the original Rex crew, all white, black people had, unless I guess exception of the flambeaus, the Zulu had there were other African American crews. Zulu is the oldest traditionally African American crew, started in 1909. The next year said they began tossing coconuts to members of the crowd. Originally, the coconuts were left in their natural brown, hairy state, but a tradition soon began of painting them and decorating them with glitter. Nowadays, Zulu coconuts are handed into the crowd rather than thrown to avoid injuries, obviously, and lawsuits. Okay, and this is one. Hey, man, Church. No problem. We know you work hard. Okay. And here is a picture that someone, where is it? They made a picture. This is a Zulu coconut, and they painted it purple, gold, and green. Okay. Now, with the coconut, like if it's got designs, you can save the coconut, you can crack it open, you can like I say, eat the coconut, or what some people do, they add rum or vodka to it and they drink it. And then some may save the coconuts and they might use it. I saw one where they were saying that they were using it to carry water. And I was trying to figure out how big was that coconut. So Sharon, what do you mean? Sharon, are you talking about coconuts or are you talking about king cake? Are you behind us? Okay, bye. Christine, tomorrow. No, their face was covered. Maybe they were still in slavery. Christine, not tonight. Not tonight. Please. All right. Good night, Tristan. Really, Christine? Oh my goodness. But I also, this brought me to what I also wanted to share with y'all. Because like I said, I went to my cousin's mother-in-law's church. Okay. And she, like I said, they had a really big New Orleans, Lake Charles, Louisiana population, and so they would do a Mardi Gras event at the church, and so some of them would come out from Mardi Gras. They would wear their, I guess, say outfit, and it looked very different and unexpected of what I thought it was gonna look like. So, and then I remember watching on PBS one time that there were some other members, they called themselves Black Indians, and they would make their outfits for I believe it was for Mardi Gras season. And so I'm going to be able to show you, and it looked like, Native American outfit, but it also had like different colors that you probably will also associate with, African or African Americans as well. So I wanted to show you and talk to you, just like there was the crew of Rex, there's the Zulu crew. This is one of their floats. Okay, remember, a crew organizes a float and their members, and they make the float. So the Zulu is one of the oldest ones, and I wanted to show you their page, just like I showed you the crew of Rex's page. Okay, let me get this for you. Where is it? Okay. All right. Can everybody see? Okay. I'm going to make this. Okay. All right. So let's go back. Back, forth and forth. Okay. So this is the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. Okay. And it has a lot of different, what I really liked about it was that, it also tells you the history, who they are, how to get involved. They have a calendar. They also have, just like the crew of Rex has a king and a queen, so does the Zulu crew as well. Okay. So let's go here and look at the history of the Zulu. And we're talking about the Zulu crew in New Orleans. Okay. In 1909, a group of laborers who had organized a club named the Tramps went to the Pythian Theater to see a musical comedy performed by the Smart Set. The comedy included a skit entitled "There Never Was and Never Will Be a King Like Me" about the Zulu tribe. This is how Zulu began, as the many stories go. Years of extensive research by Zulu historian staff seems the Zulu beginning was much more complicated than that. The earliest signs of organization came from the majority of these men who belonged to a benevolent aid society. Benevolent society were the first forms of insurance in the Black community. For a small amount of dues, members received financial help when sick or financial aid when burying deceased members. And it said the Tramps were one such group. After seeing the skit, they retired to their meeting place and emerged as Zulus. The groups was probably made up of members from the Tramps, the Benevolent Aid Society, and other ward-based groups. While the group marched in Mardi Gras as early as 1901, their first appearance as Zulus came in 1909 with William Story as king. The group wore raggedy pants and had a Jubilee singing quartet in front and behind King Story. His costume of lard can crown and a banana stalk scepter have been well documented. Okay, all right. 1915 held the first use of floats constructed on a spring wagon using dry good boxes. The float was decorated with palmetto leaves and moss and carried 4 dukes along with the king. That humble beginning gave rise to the lavish floats we see in the Zulu parade today. On September 20th, 1916, in the notarial office of Gabriel Fernandez, the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club was incorporated. 22 of the organization's officers and members signed the first official document. So they started out as the Tramps, became the Zulus, and then became the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. Okay. Oh, it said they had some controversy in the 1960s during the height of Black awareness. It was unpopular to be a Zulu. Dressing in a grass skirt and donning blackface were seen as being demeaning. Large numbers of Black organizations protested against the Zulu. In 1968, Zulu's route took them on 2 major streets. Okay, it says it's grown tremendously. And okay, this is about the coconut. Okay. Of all the throws to rain down from the many floats in the parades during Carnival, the Zulu coconut or golden nugget is the most sought after. It says with the proliferation of lawsuits from people alleging injury from thrown coconuts, the organization was unable to get insurance coverage in 1987. So that year, the honor tradition was suspended. Wait a minute. The coconut bill was passed in 1988 to exclude coconut from liability for alleged injuries arising from coconuts handed from the flows. That's why they had to hand them out now. Oh, wow. Okay, thanks, man. Church disease. I was trying something different. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Louis Armstrong was King Zulu in 1949. I'm going to have to look that up, y'all. The Zulu organization has been the subject of numerous television documentaries and newsprint and magazine art. Hey, would y'all like for me to find a Zulu documentary and us to review it? Huh? Would y'all be interested in that? Wow. Yeah, I can see how the blackface. That's a nice scepter. I'm sorry, their clothes look fancier than the Rex royalty. Ooh. Hmm. That's nice. Look at the outfits, y'all. Look at the outfits. Okay, so let's look at who we are, about us. I see a lot of men. It's an estimate a full half-hour segment of their weekly television series, The Zulu's Impact on Carnival. Oh. Huh. Interesting. It says they have men from all walk of life, city, mouse women. Okay, I'm wondering, I keep seeing them saying men, so women can they not be in the Yes, they was really growing coconuts, but because of the injuries, they just hand them to you now, Christine. It's okay. Hold on. What do they mean by characters? Maybe they mean like characters in. Okay. Zulu King, Zulu Big Shot, Zulu Witch Doctor, Zulu Ambassador, Zulu Mayor, Zulu Province Prince, Zulu Governor, Zulu Mr. Big Stuff. Oh, wow. I guess it's their roles. Oh, they got an annual golf tournament? Okay, what is the Lundi Gras Festival? What's that? Oh, that was Monday. Zulu and Lundi Gras. Okay, the Lundi Gras Festival was a fun-filled day, allowing the people of New Orleans and our city visitors an up-close look at the Zulu characters. Okay, all right. And see, that's how like the king here with the feathers on the top and the feathers at the bottom. That's how the people at um my cousin's mother-in-law's church wore. Except theirs was, I guess, because depending on what the tribe they were in, theirs was more like light blue. Well, yeah, blue and light blue. Okay, but can women join? I see some women in the thing, but can women join? We'll do some more looking up later. So, but don't worry, Christine. They not for the throw no coconut at you. And you need to make sure you don't do nothing to get no a whole bunch of beads either. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just okay. I want to go. I want to go to this myself. That's just me. Yeah, it does look nice. It does look nice. Yeah, but they just hand them to you now, Christine. They don't throw the coconuts anymore. And I do believe someone said the coconuts. I was reading in one story. Um, this lawyer came to New Orleans. I think this was after was the assassination of JFK, and one of the lawyers gave, I guess one of the other lawyers in the case, he gave him a Rex coin from the crew of Rex, and he gave him a Zulu coconut. And I believe, where is the article? It said, here it goes. Yeah, he said gave him a Rex doubloon and a Zulu coconut. The judge, a judge that he knew, it's, yeah, it says Kirkwood was in New Orleans covering the Clay Shaw trial that followed JFK's assassination, and Judge Edward Haggerty took him to the side one day and gave him a Rex doubloon and a Zulu coconut. But he didn't know what the significance of that was at the time. He said he didn't know it. Oh, it said this article says the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. There were originally 30 members, and the dues were $1 a month. They had 3 floats, and they handed out regular coconuts. People would take them home, crack them open, and eat them, or use them to make coconut pies and coconut cakes. Zulu warriors found substance in them too. We took the water out and mixed it with rum and vodka. Hold on. It says silver they would paint them different colors. So a silver coconut was for the public, and a gold coconut was for people who helped pay for the floats. And then over the years, they added glitter. Okay. But interesting. Zulu. Let me put this in the. Put this in the chat for y'all. You're gonna see later on. Zulu crew. And like these are just two of the most famous ones. There are others, but I wanted to let you guys know about them. So, but are y'all interested in me finding a video about the Zulu crew? You said that there's documentaries. I need to go find one. I mean, we can review it. What do y'all think? Thank you, man. Charles Disease. So, well, y'all, thank y'all so much for being here for the history of Mardi Gras. Maybe next year I'll get some king cake, maybe some more beads, some coconuts. Oh, what if I can find somebody who's on a crew? I'm thinking. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here and liking the history video. Please share this video. Please comment after the video is over with. And if you have an idea for another video for the history series, I'm still going to continue the history series. I will do one for St. Patrick's Day. I think I'll do one for St. Patrick's Day. And maybe Women's History Month. I know I did one for why is Black History celebrated in February. Maybe you put why Women's History Month is celebrated in March. Because actually there's some, and also for St. Patrick's Day, there's actually a lot of political history behind why it's celebrated. It actually started out as a political issue. Yeah, he said rum and vodka. They probably did, I don't know. You think they did brown liquor? Coconut or brown liquor? I don't know. So, thank you, Vespa Martini. Thank you, Miss Furlow Speaks, Miss NW50, Matt Charlton, Christine Park, Sharon Bell. All right. Tristan McGregor. What else is in here? Thank you. Betty Yellick, Daryl Moore, Matt Charces. Thank you so much for coming over here. Thank you, Keepers 116. Simply Tasha 1. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Miss Sparkle, for coming over here, everyone. All right. Let me know. Do you want me to give some more updates about the war going on in the Ukraine? I know some things I saw. The UN General Assembly has met, the Security Council met, but because Russia has veto power. All the permanent members do, including the United States, have veto power. They were not able to give a formal statement or formal, statement that they do not approve of what Putin and Russia are doing to the Ukraine, and then make decisions on that. So the General Assembly had a meeting. I need to double check to see what the result is. Right now, there is issues now because there are Black immigrants, Black students who are going to school or Black Africans who are working in the Ukraine, and they are leaving with the rest of the, native Ukrainians. And when they get to the buses, the subways, and everything else, they're being told to wait and let the white Ukrainians go, even though they may have showed up first. And so I'm hoping, I'm looking at the news, that as more people know, that the Ukrainian government will correct this. I know Russia has said, oh, Ukrainians got Nazis over there. And I know some Black people, not all, have jumped on that bandwagon, like, oh, look how they're looking at, oh, look at how they're acting towards the Africans. And I'm just like, but it's the Russians telling y'all that, though. So are they trying to push that to make it seem like it's okay for them to be over there? Because it's not. Because if y'all think Black people gonna be better, what Africans that are over there gonna be better off with the Russians, y'all highly mistaken. Okay, thank you, She Nurses TV. Thank you so much for getting here. I understand. I totally understand, sis. How are you been feeling? Been feeling good? So, I've also been looking at different aid societies have been coming to help people in the Ukraine. I know the Catholic Charities is giving aid. There are other charities trying to get supplies there. Elon Musk, I think the co-founder of Tesla, promised some technology and some, I think, missiles to the Ukraine. I think a couple of days ago, they arrived today. And I was like, you know what? That's how you do something with your money. But only like a billionaire could do that. But I'm just like, look at him being a humanitarian. And when he did it, So there are also some Houstonians and Texans who have family members that are over there. They've been getting messages. They're worried about them. Some of them are not able to, they're having a tough time leaving. So what is with my lighting? It is not acting right today. Okay. All right. So, God bless your heart, She Nurses TV. But I want you to be okay, though, physically and health wise yourself. Because I have another friend, she's a nurse too, and they want her to do 12-hour days, 14 hours. And with her health, she really can't do that. So pray for you, pray for everybody in the medical industry, and pray for those who have lost loved ones. Recently, I just had some friends lose their loved one. I lost my aunt back in December. So I definitely can understand that. Please check on those people. Check on us. We may seem okay, but we might not be okay. But, so definitely keeping them in prayer. Pray for the teachers, because 2 schools in the Houston area, one today said no more masks, and another one is saying next week no more masks. And I'm just like, spring break about to come up. What you gonna think them kids gonna happen to them? Probably the same, my opinion, probably the same thing that happened back over Christmas break. When they said, oh, no more mask in January. Then the kids came back, everybody. Then all of a sudden, Omicron came out and spreading everywhere. Then they're like, oh no, mask back on. Mask on. I just got a feeling that they're saying it's not mandatory. We can still wear a mask, but it's just I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the rates here in the Houston area, Harris County, have gone down, but it's like every time we go down and we're doing really, really good, someone says, okay, we can get rid of the mask. Then the mask go away, then it's a new variant. And then people keep saying, oh, you shouldn't live in fear. Well, everybody ain't washing their hands. Everybody ain't closing their mouth when they cough. They got new germs out here. So, I don't know. Y'all pray for us teachers, students, nurses, everybody. Anybody working with the public. Pray for us. I'm just saying. All right. I feel like some king cake now. And some milk. Right. And thank y'all to those of you who helped me to get PPE things for my class. I appreciate it. I got masks, I got Lysol, I got hand sanitizer, I got paper towels. Thank y'all. I appreciate you so much because I'm using it in the classroom. And I've had some kids, they're like, Miss Chandler, you got another mask? My mask, it broke or whatever like that. Hey, in the closet, grab the mask. Grab the mask. Okay. So, yes, mask it or casket. Mask it or casket. So, let me see. I keep thinking I'm forgetting something. Oh, please check out my friend Daryl Moore tomorrow night, Wednesday night. I think he's having prayer at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I think he's having his live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And now I'm going to go see if I can catch the highlights of the State of the Union address and also the results of the primary election. So I may be coming back either, maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow, sometime, and or tonight, giving y'all my commentary about that. Cause yeah. Oh, I was also gonna say, y'all pray for Ukraine. Only give to legitimate organizations that are actually giving to people in Ukraine. Also, be careful of people with romance scams. No soldier in the U.S. Armed Forces or over there in Ukraine is going to email you and say they are in need of something. No, they're not going to do that because the scammers are out here. And to let y'all know. To let y'all know now. And if someone emails you on Instagram trying to get you to invest in some Bitcoin and you really don't understand Bitcoin, then no, block. Save your money. And ladies and gentlemen, beware. It's tax season. Okay? Somebody want a piece of that income tax refund. All right? So, oh, by the way, does anyone know a Black female accountant? Because I would like to interview them for my Ask a Ladies night. I think we need some advice for a Black female accountant or maybe financial planner. So let me know if y'all know anyone like that. If you would like to become, thank y'all all so much for being here. If you would like to donate right here. Yeah, right here. I'm gonna point right there. What am I doing? Please, yes, don't get bit by the coin. And right now, Cash App, I think I saw one of the PayPal lets you invest in stocks and I think do something with Bitcoin. I'm just like, oh, this is too much. Because Bitcoin is supposed to be virtual cryptocurrency, and it's like it's not regulated like everything else. So, I don't know. I'm just thinking. I don't know. So, but I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Casket or casket. And I want to say something too. I was feeling really down earlier today, and I got some tough love for some friends. And I want to say I appreciate it. Even though it doesn't seem like I do. I do. I was listening. I was paying attention. Okay. So, and I appreciate it. And if you immediately to listen or give you some tough love, let me know. That's what we do. We build each other up. We help each other out. And we help each other keep pushing. Okay? So, love y'all all. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Bye. Boy. My dog.